Hello YouTube, and welcome to another DBTGamer special. I am late making this video. Not my fault. Computer problems, editing software problems, but hopefully I can get this video out as soon as possible. Anyway, this is a memory video. This video is in memory of a legendary video game creator, manga creator, movie creator. Yeah. Recently, I woke up 8th of March, and I turned on my computer and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing on Facebook and YouTube videos and just art. Akira Toriyama is gone. He's died. And as you can tell, I'm a big fan of Akira Toriyama. I love his video games, I love his manga, I love his movies, I love Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Quest, and I can't believe he's gone. And I wanted to make something just to say thank you and to show my appreciation of this man's legacy. And a few years back, I got this Akira Toriyama Dragon Quest Illustrations hardback copy, and I'm happy to have this in my collection, but I haven't had a proper look through, so I thought, why not crack open the book and look through this with my subscribers together, and let's just appreciate this artwork and remember this awesome dude. So, yeah, this goes through all the Dragon Quest games, all the way up to 10. There is a bit of art from 11, but it's mostly the first 10 games. Anyway, we've got a fold-out timeline of all the Dragon Quest games. It even includes some of the spin-offs, like Dragon Quest Monsters and Dragon Quest Sword. And Dragon Quest Builders. Yeah, so Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. I've heard of that, but I've never played them. There are going to be quite a few games in this book that I've never played, so I will talk about what I know about. Everything else, well, maybe I'll discover it in the future when I decide to revisit his world. I'll definitely revisit his world in April. Sandland, the game that's based on this manga, is coming out in April, and I'm looking forward to playing it. There's actually a demo available right now if you want to give it a try. You're not so sure if you'll like it or not, but it's gonna be a 3D action RPG sort of thing. Anyway, just start looking through. Oh, I've got the Akira Toriyama Dragon Quest little character here with the sword and shield. This book, it's price-wise, it's roughly £25 in the UK, $35 in the US, and $45 Canadian dollars. It's quite easy to pick up off Amazon if you want it for yourself. It's mostly pictures, it's relatively light on reading. There is a special message from the man himself. It's quite a long message, so I'm not going to read it out because it would take a very long time. But mostly I'm here to show off some beautiful artwork. So how did I first discover Akira Toriyama's work? Well, the legendary Lucifer Seraph, aka Adam Garnett. You know, I went round to his house one day, and he was playing this game called Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I think it was Budokai 1, 2, or 3. And I would just sit there watching him. These big muscular men with hair, bright yellow, fighting each other, robots, and I tried to play those myself. Because I went down to his house to always play games, and I wasn't very good at Budokai. Budokai, I'm not good at games where you have to remember lots of combos. This is art from all Dragon Quest 1. Which is a game I haven't played, but I've heard it's a rather short RPG, and it's also rather simple, and it's not too much money on Switch at the moment. There's actually a sale going on. So yeah, I might pick that up. Then he showed me Dragon Ball Z, what was it called? Tenkaichi? That's it, Tenkaichi. This is more like a 3D fighting game, and that one I could play, because the controls were a lot simpler. And you didn't have to remember a bunch of button combinations just to pull off a Kamehameha, or a Special Beam Cannon, or a Destructo Disc. So, yeah. I will be referring to mostly the dubbed names. I'm a dubbed guy. I do watch things in Japanese with subtitles, but I often prefer dubbed. Anyway, so yeah, got some really nice original Dragon Quest art here. I believe this is the final boss. The dragon's also a boss. And these are some of the very early monster designs that he did. We have the slime. I've actually drawn this myself, and I actually really enjoy drawing Akira Toriyama's style, and I'm actually not that bad at it. His style is rather simple, and that's why it's so easy to imitate. I'm nowhere near as good as the real guy, but my art looks somewhat decent. Very mysterious wizard here. I'm a big fan of the golem enemies, especially the gold golem, which gives you loads of money at the end of the battle. Oh, okay, here's a controversial one. This is Dragon Quest 2. This game, it's not the easiest Dragon Quest. Apparently, towards the end of the game, due to some difficulty spikes, it becomes incredibly unbalanced and really difficult. So, I'd only recommend this one to the hardest of core Dragon Quest players. Oh, okay, this is from the original Game Boy Color. Yeah, they redid Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 for the Game Boy Color. And sadly, these ports aren't available on any consoles these days. And these are actually better ports in some respects than the smartphone games that we've got on Nintendo Switch these days. The artwork is much more pleasing. The phone, the phone games, they aren't bad, they're just... There's probably better versions out there, and sadly, the first 3 games we are stuck with the phone versions. They're fine, but it would be nice to get other versions. So, yeah. Got some big demon with 4 arms and a snake tail. Got this huge rhino triceratops thing. I recently saw a post on Facebook about how Pokemon look similar to Dragon Quest monsters, and yeah, the simulation is uncanny. I mean, the similarities are uncanny. The Krabby and Crabbid, they look almost identical. So, although I remember looking at some videos once on Pokemon, apparently one of the original Pokemon artists got a lot of other ideas for making their monsters from Dragon Quest. So yeah, one of my favourite monsters, the bubble slime. Well, this one has a thing called the liquid metal slime, which is really good for leveling up with experience points. One of my favourite monsters. Anything that makes level grinding easy is always good. Mimic. Really helpful when it comes to sometimes getting a rare item. Oh, it's Healy, the Healy slime. Looks like a monster, but it's actually really helpful. We've got Cyclops, Marionette, literal dragonfly, and yeah. What else we got? Got Cobra, which in some ways look like Arbok from Pokemon. Got a Centipede, which you could argue looks similar to the giant centipede from Pokemon Gen 8. Centiskorch, that's it. Anyway, Dragon Quest III. This is a game that I actually am looking forward to playing in the future. I have no idea when the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remaster is coming out, but it was supposed to be done. And we have one, maybe 2 trailers, and we've heard nothing since. And it's got to be done soon, right? The only remaster. The only HD 2D in a real game, and I would like to play that. I did once try playing the Game Boy Color version on my phone with an emulator, but I wasn't exactly sure where I was going, and I got pretty lost pretty quickly. We've got a lot of magicians. We've got a bunny girl, clown, some clerics, and some mages, and some monks. A legendary hero just posing on top of the tower, and giant bird. Yes, I looked through his book. But it is a nice book. I'm really glad that my one of my family members got me this for Christmas, and it was on my Amazon wish list, and I was gonna buy it for myself, but you know, it was really nice to get as a present. It's a really nice book. I believe that's the final boss of Dragon Quest III. Here we go. There's Crabbid. I recently drew this, and yeah, pencil sketched it, then I coloured it all in with felt tips. Got a pig. Got a mushroom. Got this slimy conch shell thing, hot cloud, spiked hair. I love the scorpion thing. basic anime witch. A guy who's got so many swords. This Hoodlum or the Axeman. Oh, I recently saw this guy right here in a manga that another family member lent me. It was a Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai. Yeah, that was it. I had a really good time reading it. I really enjoyed it. Big Frog. Frog is actually one of my favourite characters from Chrono Trigger. If you want to know my favourite party, it goes Chrono, Frog, then Robo. Robo is amazing. He will never give you up. He will never let you down. He will never... Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to Robo's theme in Chrono Trigger, it is literally the Rickroll. How they got away with that, I will never understand, but you know what? I am glad, because it actually makes me appreciate that song even more. That it's actually based on that for Robo's theme. Anyway, got some more Dragon Quest 3 monsters here. Hey, we're now on to Dragon Quest 4. This is the game I recently beat on the DS, so I do know a lot about this, and this is a really good game. So let's look through this. So, Dragon Quest 4, you've got two main heroes. You've got a female who looks like Bulma. Literally Bulma with a sword. And then you got a male hero who kinda gives me Tien Shinhan vibes. Just without the ability to grow extra arms. Boya, one of the mages. Rangar, a lot of people say this guy's crap, but I think he's a decent warrior. He has no spells, but he's just pure brute strength and plenty of defense. We got the priest, Kurik. Yeah, I'm gonna start pronouncing these names, but this guy's really good as well. He's the best healing in the game. Oh, Taneku Taloon, the merchant. This guy, I'm not the biggest fan of. He has a lot of fans in the Dragon Quest community, and I'm sorry, he's not really something that I'm a fan of. You know, but if you like him, more power to you. You know, everybody likes what they like. And we got Elena, the princess who can literally kick you so hard that you'll fly through a mountain. She's amazing. She's the best fighter in the game, easy. Then we got the dancer sisters. One's really good at healing, and one's really good at black magic. I mean, the more offensive magic. Sadly, the healing girl with the purple hair, she isn't as good as this guy. The one thing that holds her back is she can't do multi-heal, and her revival spells might not be as strong. But other than that, you know, she's still decent. Just show off some more art here. There's a lot of Dragon Quest 4 art. Oh, this guy. This guy is a Piesero, I think. Some people have pointed out that this guy might be a homage to Sephiroth. Yeah. And I do see where people are getting that idea from. It's the long hair, the big sword. a lot of magic spells. You know, very demonic in his design. Yeah, I can see it. It's a cool character. He's almost as... He's very similar to the main hero with all the different spells he's got. But he also learns a lot of unique spells as well. He's got a very key point in this plot where he wants to transform into a demon to help the monsters take over the world. Ah, here we go. Piestro the Manslayer, first form. And the final form. This really reminds me of Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Just how big and bulky and buggy he is. Okay, this is from Dragon Quest 4 on the DS, so I'm just gonna go through all these monsters. This is a really nice art book. It's really nice quality paper. Now, I've got some of my favourite ones on the way. I like this guy, the Dragon Rider, the Dragooner, I think. I believe these scorpions caused me trouble early game when I just got the hero. Gotta be really careful. Save often in these games, otherwise you're gonna regret it. Ah, the Terracotta Warrior? Or as I like to call it, Claydol. It's Claydol. It also looks like Shukakumon from Digimon Season 2. If you're a Digimon fan. Oh, I also like this guy with a big club. Oh, I got the King Curse Slime. Metal King Slime's a really good monster. Amazing for level grind if you can manage to kill it. Oh, the Cheeky Tiki. This has the affinity to call its friends, so if you don't kill all of them, it'll just call more and more. And you can just keep grinding levels. It's a really good tip for you there. Oh, Bagworm. Which Pokemon does this look like? It evolves into a moth eventually. Yeah. I see you there, Broomy. It's got a Peddler. Giant Eyeball. Kinda looks like Psyduck, this one. I'm a big fan of this Plesiosaur-like enemy. I've always had a thing for dinosaurs. Oh, these two. These two are actually an optional boss in the game. They're actually really difficult. There's also like a special weapon if you manage to defeat them fast enough 7 times. Which is just... yeah. Okay, this is from Dragon Quest V. I've played the DS version. And I've also watched the movie on Netflix. My opinion on the movie? It's not bad. You know, I think it's actually quite a decent movie. And I'd recommend you just give it a try. It does mess around with the ending of the game and the story of it a little bit, but I think it works. And yeah, Dragon Quest V, I actually played this through COVID, and it actually really helped me get through things. I really enjoyed this game. Got the saber-toothed tiger, the great saber-toothed cat, which is one of the very first monsters you encounter, you befriend throughout the game. Got Bianca, who is the canon wife of the main hero. You got Bianca's daughter, the main hero's father, who Oh god, this game has some brutal themes. Yeah. If you know what happens to this guy, it's absolutely brutal. And you got Bianca the child, Cub, Sabretooth, and Hero child. Just more pictures of them growing up. This is Nera, who's another wife you can get in the game. She's not as good as Bianca, her spells aren't as strong, but if you like her, you know, go feel free to pick her, but it'll definitely make the game harder for you. Sancho? Yeah, he's a fun character. You got the hero's son and the hero's daughter here. Got some characters here from the game. I think this might be a monster. Yeah, this is one of the bosses from the game now, I remember. It's been a while since I've played, so my memory's a little bit spotty. Oh, yeah, this thing, I remember this guy. This guy's an asshole. Then we've got this. I remember this guy being relatively easy, but you fight him multiple times in the game. This guy is definitely an asshole. He's one of the main villains of the game. And in the movie, they actually made him into the main villain. And I actually really liked that he was the main villain, because personally, he was the person who I had the most connection with, who I actually wanted to beat and get revenge on. This guy, I like this guy. There's a cutscene on the DS, and it's actually a pretty impressive cutscene for the original DS. Hammerhood, one of my favourite monsters who I got for my team, and it was very helpful. Needless to say, when this guy hits you, it's really hammer time. Just some more monsters here. Just go through some of these. I like the mechanism. I also quite like the Oh, apparently these are some unused monsters. That's interesting. Oh dear. No offense to people who like this game. We're now on to Dragon Quest VI. This is a game that I've played twice. Well, okay. I'm going to put an asterisk to that. 1.5 times, I suppose. Yeah, I got like 25 hours in, and I got hopelessly lost with the whole mechanic of switching different worlds, the dream world to the real world, and I couldn't find my way to move the story forward. So I had to restart my whole save file and follow a guide, a combination of YouTube. One of my favourite YouTubers for RPGs is HC Baylor. He does really good guide when it comes to retro RPGs. I also had a guide on a website which does a lot of RPGs as well. But yeah, this game I really struggle with. It's out of the second trilogy of games, 4, 5, and 6. This is definitely my least favourite. 5's my favourite out of that trilogy, then 4, then this. Because this one was just it just felt needlessly complicated going from one world to the other. And then there's also like an undersea map as well. And there's all this level capping nonsense, and it's just... It's time consuming and in a lot of ways needlessly difficult and restricting. But I do like Terry. He's cool. He's a really cool hero, and he's got a cool DS cutscene. Millie, yeah, she's cool. Aisling, she's definitely cool. I actually dropped her pretty early on, but I wanted to use her. I wanted to give my team some diversity. I wanted some male characters and some female characters. And I ended up picking up Aisling back up and put her back on the team because she could learn Magic Burst, which is a really strong spell. Drains all your MP points, but boy does it wreck the enemies. Nervin. I like this guy, but personally, as a mage, I prefer Aisling. So yeah. Carver. This guy, he's just an absolute beast. He plenty of attack and defense. Great. This game has a lot of characters. You can even recruit monsters in the DS version. Oh, here's the final boss. This is actually a really difficult final boss. Hello, Andros from Star Fox. What the hell are you doing here? Yeah. Really difficult boss. We got the giant moth. Kind of reminds me of a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That was really hard to summon back in the day. Oh, this is an unused character. Still looks cool though. Okay, we're into some Dragon Quest spin-offs now. This is where my brain is probably not going to know anything. But let's just have a quick scroll through. Okay, I do know this one. This is a Dragon Quest This is a Dragon Quest game for the Super Famicom, and you play as Taloon, and it's all about an adventure that he has. So I do know that. This one, no idea, but it's more Taloon stuff. So this is all about Taloon's family, it looks like. So no wonder this character's really popular. He has his own game series. Dragon Quest Monsters. I have played this one a little bit on an emulator on my mobile phone. Didn't get very far, but you know, wanted to give it a try. I think this is the one of the very earliest Dragon Quest monsters. I do recognise the Terry. Oh, so that's what that's the same Terry. That's cool. I like when characters cross over. We've also got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for the PlayStation. So that must be some sort of remake. And this is a 3DS remake, which sadly never came out in the UK. A lot of these never came to the UK. Ah, Liquid Metal Slime. My favourite monsters. Dragon Quest Monsters 2. Okay, now on to Dragon Quest 7, which is on the PlayStation and the 3DS. Oh, this game. I have a complicated relationship with this game as well. The same team that made 6 also made 7. And 7, in some ways, is the better game. In some ways, it's more straightforward and it's easier for me to play. But 7 is an absolute marathon of a game. It'll probably take you 80 to 100 hours maybe even more, depending on how you decide to play it. It is an absolute marathon of a game. And it was lucky to get translated to the 3DS. The fans were petitioning them, and requesting the developers to do it, and they did it. It has the longest script in a Dragon Quest game. There's lots of party dialogue. I really like this guy, this old man hero dude. He's cool. The prince is kind of cool, but he doesn't last. He isn't in the story for very long, sadly. Yeah, it's all about collecting these tablets, putting them together, and then once you put them together, you unlock a new island, and there you go. You go to that island, you solve the problem, and then you solve the problem in the past, and then you visit that island again in the future. You get to see all your hard work paid off, and the island will prosper again. Ashleen, I like her. She's a good character. I also like Ruff, this boy with his dog friend. This is probably the best dog in Dragon Quest. Yeah. Got Pike. These are characters from the main town, I believe. Oh, this guy, I think he helps you with the tablet pieces so you can get to certain levels. Yeah, the DS version had the 3DS version had a lot of enhancements to help you beat the game. Personally, if you're going to play Dragon Quest 7 these days, play it on the 3DS version. It's been heavily streamlined. It really helps. Oh, the final boss. Really hard final boss as well. It had a lot of forms. It's like a vampire. It starts to melt away. And the bony flesh. When I actually beat this thing, I abused the ability called Multi-Face from the Gladiator class, and it just wrecked him. I just punched the shit out of him constantly. He just couldn't take it. He just couldn't stand up to my super serious consecutive punches. There we go, one punch man quickly there. Yeah, we got God. Really mean dragon. Okay, got some more spin-offs here. Let's see. Right. I think that's... Nope. I have no idea what he's from. A lot of these appear to be... Oh, that's from the Game Boy Advance game. I have seen this before. I haven't played it, but from what I know, this is a Dragon Quest Monsters game for the Game Boy Advance, and if you look hard enough, if you're interested, there are homebrew fan translations around. No official release, but that's one way you can play it if you want. It's called Dragon Quest Caravan or something? Oh yeah, this is Rocket Slime, which I believe is to do with tanks and stuff. Akira Toriyama was always good at drawing vehicles here. Yeah. Okay, on to Dragon Quest 8. This is the first Dragon Quest I played and finished. This is my favourite Dragon Quest game, and it's my favourite for a lot of reasons. It has voice acting. It has cutscenes. This game was actually originally on the PS2. The PS2 version's good, but personally I would recommend the 3DS version. It has a lot of enhancements and even extra extra endings and also extra marriage stuff if you really care about relationships in games. But yeah, I really like the main team of characters you've got. I'll go through them. You've got the main hero. You've got Jessica. This guy, he's kind of annoying and kind of a pervert. But he does get better throughout the game. Eventually, I learnt to like him. Once he, yeah. This guy, he's just the way he talks. Crikey, you know, just that's one of his lines. He's very crikey, the dingo ate my baby. You know, he's that sort of character. Just the way he talks, that just made me smile. And he's just a big brute. He can hit things really hard. And I love how you can focus your energy and do a lot of damage in this game, which kind of works like a limit break. We've got the main villain, the Jester, who wasn't happy with how the king was treating him, so they turned the king into an ugly monster and the princess into a horse. Treat your staff with with the best thing. Otherwise, they may do this to you in the future. Jessica. Yeah, Yangus, that's the super tension mode where you can just dish out a lot of damage. Jessica, most of the time when I played with her, I either use stats or whips. I like the whips because, you know, multi-hitting. I love the skill point system in this game where you can learn new moves and just apply skill points to different characters depending on which weapons you're specifying. There's even a stat, I'm not kidding, called Sex Appeal, and it gives you some really cool abilities that are all based on Jessica. One of her attacks is literally called Sexy Beam. So, there you go. Jessica has been censored quite a lot in some of the other releases, but I think she's fine. Yeah, Angelo, not Angelo. Got the king here. And the horse. And the princess. I remember the horse from Dragon Quest IV. It starts off just a basic horse, and then it turns into a Pegasus. I like that the horses in the games sometimes even get their own story arc. That's, you know, it's not just a carriage that carries you and your party around and all your items. It's actually got a purpose in the games. Red. In the 3DS version, this character actually has more of a role. In the PS2 version, she's just a side character. I don't think you can even play as her. But I would have liked to have spent more time with Red because I really liked playing with Red. You actually do meet Red earlier in the game, and she doesn't join your party until later in the game. I wish they'd somehow rearrange the story so she joined you at the earliest, you know, when she first met you. And just a really cool pirate girl. This guy, you can get him if you do the Monster Colosseum side quest, which I didn't do. This mount is really cute. It helps you find things in the game. This giant bird that helps you get to places. Main villain. I think these are some of the townsfolk from the kingdom. And got the farmer, the hearty farmer, the maid, and old woman. I think these are all people who were in the kingdom before it was all turned to stone. Yeah, I'd strongly recommend Dragon Quest VIII to anybody who wants to give the Dragon Quest series Dragon Quest series a try. It's easily one of the best games in the series. Okay, I've got one of the this is the final boss of the game. In his second form. I look like that one there, that big picture where you're flying on the bird. Got. Yeah, don't know if I remember this guy. But he's Lord of the Dragons. Big dragon to go with him. Ah, here's some monsters. Okay, here's some more spin-offs. One, the Dragon Quest Monster Joker games. Now, I haven't played that many Monster Joker games. I tried the original DS one. Didn't really get very far. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. But I am wanted to play the. Yeah, I'm wanting to play this sometime this year too. Dragon Quest Monster Dark Prince. This is actually a prequel to or it might be a sequel to Dragon Quest 4. Anyway, yeah, I really want to play this. It's meant to be really good. A lot of my friends tell me it is. So I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Well, just thought I'd grab these out of my collection. I'll save this one for later in the video. But since we talk about spin-offs, I actually quite enjoyed Dragon Quest Treasures. And it's quite a simple action RPG all about collecting treasure. It's also a prequel to Dragon Quest 11. And if you're not so sure if you like it, I'd recommend trying the demo first on the Nintendo Switch. And then giving the full game a try. Its weaknesses are its story. And it's kind of how you... The game telegraphs, you know, from A to B. But mostly, if you've got some guides, you can get through it, and it can be quite fun. I actually enjoyed it. You know, it's a solid 7 out of 10. At the very worst, a 6. This game is not really well known about. Square failed in its marketing, and that's why it didn't sell very well. I thought it was good. Not great, just good. Anyway, back to the booklet. Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2. A friend in Leeds told me about this game. It's his favourite Dragon Quest Monsters game, and it's meant to be really good. It's actually not that expensive to get hold of these days either. Around about £30. And the original Dragon Quest Monster Joker on the DS, that's around about £10, £15. Yeah, these games are actually quite affordable. Dragon Quest Sword. This is something that I might play in the future. One of my family members has it. It's a motion-controlled RPG. There was also another motion-controlled Dragon Quest game that was only available in Japan. You plugged it into the TV with red, white and yellow cables. So, yeah. And I believe this game also has voice acting. Dragon Quest 9, Sentinels of the Starry Sky. I actually played this a long time ago. You know, because it was a very big deal on the DS. And, yeah, I wanted to play it and give it a try. But I didn't really know what I was doing, and I got lost, and I got frustrated, and I ended up selling it. I regretted it. And when I met my friend at the this group I'm a part of in Leeds, he helped me get through Dragon Quest 8, and he told me more about 9, how fantastic it was, and I found another copy, bought it, and I grabbed my sword and the shield and vowed to finish it and vowed to give it a fair shake this time, and I actually really enjoyed it. Great game. I definitely needed a lot of help from him, but great game. Has a really good job system. You can make your own hero. There's a really good character creator. Alpus, Stella. Stella can be a little bit annoying. Got the main villain here. An angel fallen from grace. And these are all different jobs you can do. You've got the warrior, the mage, the ranger, the priest, martial artist, gladiator. This is one of those games where, believe it or not, it had a sprite for every piece of clothing in the game, every piece of armor, every shield, and every sprite showed up on your character. Your character could look however you wanted it to look, and it was one of the best features of this game. And that has never happened since in a Dragon Quest game. Okay, yes, there are games with optional costumes that you can unlock. Dragon Quest 11 is very famous for that. But this is the game that had the most costume choices by far. The sages, the paladin, the luminary. Oh no, well that's the... Oh, these are unused job classes. I wonder what these were for. There's some more unused job classes here. It's a shame that one didn't survive. I do like the idea of a wolf companion. Some more spin-offs from Dragon Quest 4 here. I mean, some more spin-offs here. Monsters. Okay. Oh! Now we've got to talk about this. This is Dragon Quest 10. This is an online RPG only. And this was created for Japan. It was available on the Wii, Wii U, PC. There are rumours that this may come to the West eventually. We still cross our fingers and hope that one day we'll be able to play this massive game. It has so many expansions. There's even an offline version, but it still hasn't come to the UK or the US. But it would be nice, but I am not holding my breath. We've got some nice artwork here. Just quickly go through all this. Oh, more spin-off. Dragon Quest Builders. How is this similar to Minecraft? Oh, and this is Dragon Quest Heroes art as well, which it's kind of like Hyrule Warriors, but with Dragon Quest characters. You get my drift. A load of monsters to beat up, and you just destroy them. Dragon Quest Builders here. See what I mean? Looks a lot like Minecraft with all the bricks. I spy a metal slime. And then we've got Dragon Quest 11, which is the most recent game. That's my second favourite Dragon Quest game. I played this a lot through COVID too. Really enjoyed it. Great game, available on PS4, Switch, and I think there's actually a version for the 3DS. But the 3DS version is only available in Japan. So, yeah. We've got some illustrations here and some... That might be Akira Toriyama himself, or an illustration that he did. Kinda looks like him, because he did used to be quite a heavy smoker. Yeah. This is Yuji Horii. This is the guy who also created the Dragon Quest series. Akira Toriyama did all the artwork for the series. Right? Yeah, just saying thank you to his fans. Yeah. And that's the end of the art book. Oh, I suppose it's time to close out this video. What else can I say? You know, as you can see, I'm a big Akira Toriyama fan. And I can't believe he's gone. But he will never be forgotten. His legacy will live on for decades to come. And as long as we remember him and everything that he gave us, he will never die. You know, he'll always live on in our hearts. Akira Toriyama, thank you for everything. And rest in peace, mate. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.